Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing first time playing / reaction to The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. Before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So in case you don't know how I do choose the packs to install, in which order, and so on and so forth, I do a randomizer wheel at the end of every single review. Yeah, and then from this point on I install whatever comes out there, because I do own all the packs, but what I've noticed is I was pretty busy with life during the Sims 4 years, and I kind of didn't really experience anything, especially one by one. So I decided to dive in from a different perspective, from a different angle, in order to embrace as many new things as possible. So let's see what they say in the official description first. So it says, create a variety of cats and dogs, add them to your Sims homes to forever change their lives, and care for neighborhood pets as a veterinarian with the Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. The powerful new Create a Pet tool lets you personalize cats and dogs, each with their own unique appearances, distinct behaviors, and for the first time, expressive outfits. These wonderful lifelong companions will change your Sims' lives in a new and special ways. Treat animals' ailments as a veterinarian and run your own clinic in a beautiful coastal world where there's so much for your Sims and their pets to discover. Expansion pack features: create cats and dogs, bond with your pets, become a vet, and run a clinic. I guess let's go through screenshots first. I'm gonna do a very quick review, by the way, here, because we don't get much. So yes, we do get possibility to create cats and dogs. And there's a big amount of breeds in there that you can choose from, and then modify this breed to make it look how you like a little bit. And here are some examples of what creators of the game, I guess, decided to promote, especially the colorful one. Maybe if I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, the first and last picture would interest me, but actually none of actually it doesn't. So let's move on. Bond with your pets. So this is something cute, because you see that the cats around the house, they're jumping on the things. You can see like you training a dog, you filling the bowl, there's a cat on the fridge in the background, and that's about it about the pets. Like they will do those similar moves, they will jump on the things, they will ask for your attention, you can train them. Somehow they also take space of the family, like we can have 8 Sims per household. You cannot control pets, but somehow they take one of the 8 slots, and I really dislike that. And I just think they shouldn't have done that, and the pet should have been as a separate addition to the family no matter what. It would be much cuter. The next screenshot would be become a vet and run a clinic, and this is very similar to how business is set up, only that it adds a lot of vet clinic items. There's lots of stencils to put on the wall to make it sure you know that it's a pet clinic. I'm not the biggest fan of this, because they had to push this veterinarian career where they just basically used doctor mechanics from Get to Work, but on pets, your pets are constantly sick, and they get the red blowy nose, they get attacked by a skunk. There's so many things that constantly happen to pets, and it is true to life. I have 4 pets at home, we bring them to vet quite a lot, but it's just me, I'm like this, you know, like I don't want the pets to get sick all the time. I don't think it's a good image also for kids that might play this pack. So I didn't like that. I think it would be a cute feature, maybe you can have a little pet clinic, but that should be it, in my opinion. And then we have explore Brindleton Bay, which we are gonna do in a second and go through it and see what's up with the world. This world is loved by many different simmers, and not by me, honestly speaking, because when the Cats and Dogs originally was released, I kind of understood there would be no horses. I'm not a big fan of horses particularly, but versus Sims 3 I imagined they would go further, like we would have cows and everything we got in cottage living, but more playable. So I kind of saw that Brindleton Bay could be a perfect place to have like a ranch and maybe have some goats, I don't know, and cows. Like felt like this world was supposed to be that, but it didn't become that, and therefore I was not having it. So let's go and check what we have in CAS that was added. I'll just show you very quickly. I don't want to spend a lot of time, but in case you're interested, we have very good hairstyles. I cannot even understand which style they were trying to achieve. It's just like a bunch of random things that somehow don't even go together. But it's something like, if it's pets inspired, there will be like, you know, like this toddler dog dress, for example. There's some tights with the print as well. But then some other things are just like normal everyday clothes that you don't specifically even hunt to buy. It's very comfort clothes, you know, maybe that's how you dress to walk the dog. That's how I can describe it. It's not very dressy. But the hair are very nice, and I remember hair being very trendy for the time period when this came out. Especially this hair, the one that is pink with the orange at the end. It has incredible natural shades, and I wish they did more of that. And I wish they did less of the hair next to it, because it doesn't make any sense unless you have a very specific sim. And also those with the pet ears, just no. No. Okay, so you see we have three same men's hairs basically, but in three different colors. One of them has a dog bone, like shaved out. It's a dog paw. It's a no. Like, it's just a no. Now, for build mode, of course, we get lots of items that is specifically for pets. But we do have very nice build items like for your home. You know, everything is kind of traditional and cute and maybe a little bit handmade. It just looks very nice. The windows are great in this pack, and some other very like building house type of things. Items are very good. You see there are lots of those like stencils that I spoke about. Look, like 2 rows of stencils, even 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not stencils, but like wall art, you know. I have 4 pets and I have 0 pet wall art. Maybe 1 picture, you know, but that's it. And then we have some training equipment and some other stuff, but that's about it. And honestly speaking, if you compare this pets pack to the Sims 1, which was great, to the Sims 2, which was great, to the Sims 3, which was great, this was very lackluster and still is, and I really hope they do something. If I can give a general opinion before we jump into the game here, it would be that it was a bad idea to reuse part of, honestly speaking, if you look back, Cats and Dogs is expansion pack number 4, Get to Work was number 1. You cannot just reuse same mechanics of something you just released and sell it as half of the pack. And then cause all of your pets to constantly be sick, so you have to bring them to this old school looking vet clinic. And it same goes to Get to Work. I would say that Get to Work and veterinarian clinics should be super updated, revamped. They are very outdated by now, and it's hard to play with technology like this. I think all of this could be attacked in a different mode. I mean, making the business. And maybe Sims 2 was the best way, where you just had one entrance fee, and then whatever your service is after you pay this entrance fee, that's what you do for the person that comes in. But they could release little drops and updates for those packs in order to modernize it, if they don't want to revamp the whole thing. That's just an opinion. Okay, spoke enough. Let's move on to the world. Alright, so here we are in Brindleton Bay. Brindleton Bay. I have no idea how to say this, and I have been struggling so much to the point where I just call it Brighton Bay, but it's called Brindleton Bay. So let's view world info first. Discover the coastal shores of Brindleton Bay, a new world where your Sims and their pets can live and enjoy outdoor activities. Play fetch near the harbor docks, take a walk to the lighthouse, or visit a park to set up an obstacle course. Wow. I don't know, doesn't sound interesting to me. And we have 4 regions here, so let's just start somewhere. First one is called Sable Square, the cultural center of the city. Sable Square is the ideal for both cats and dogs. These people love their pets so much, they've built a monument to them right in the middle of the town. So let's choose one of the family, and I think we have Hacking family, and we have a vet clinic here as well. Okay, I remember it was pretty ugly, but we do have a couple of interesting lots here. We have this 30 by 20, we have 30 by 30, 40 by 40, and we have a dog-friendly park. So it's kind of interesting, and I think we should start playing as hiking for a sec, just to see the area. Okay, here we are. We're in spring, just in case, and this is one of the first, I think, same-sex couples we got in the game, and this is how they look. I'm not gonna go into much details about the Sims because I am potentially planning to do a completely different story where I play all the Sims. I just don't know when I get to do something like this. Maybe it will be a stream exclusive thing. By the way, in case you don't, please follow me on Twitch and YouTube because I do stream on both platforms from time to time. Well, on Twitch basically almost every day. And they have their pet Rosie, so cute. And we cannot have even like a little bit of information about the pets. So let's just forget it and let's see the talented house we have. So it's a nice big house, has kind of like a study room, which looks very useless to me. Has a kitchen here, dining area, living room, and on top we have another study room with PC this time. We have a bedroom and a bathroom and this very long empty hall. So big questions here, but I like the house and I like the vibe. Then we have a big backyard for the dog, I assume. But doesn't matter the dog. Let's see what's up in this neighborhood. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit weird. We have this barn in the middle of the road. It looks very ugly because water comes from under it. Maybe it's like a covered bridge, but I have never seen something like this. Because the fake city looks great. That's how I wish, in many ways, Sims would look like, and we would live in each of these little areas. Now, let's not forget where we are and what do we do. So here is the second. Oh my god, I'm not paused. Hold on, now I'm paused. So this is another build we have. Then we have an empty space, which I think is this one where you can build. And we have this long sidewalk with the dog and a cat statue on top. So it's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pretend I don't like it. And then we have a more modern house here as well, which is a pet clinic. Okay, got it. And right in front we have a big park. The problem with those, for example, if it's a park, like I don't want to travel to the park. I think parks and some other things should be like this. Like, okay, you've built a park, you know, but you just go basically to the park. Like, why do you need to travel there? It just seems weird. But I like this one little small lot here. It's a pretty nice addition. You can even do maybe another store here since it's basically like an activity area. You have a vet clinic, dog park, another dog park, I would say. And maybe you can have a little, I don't know, electronics shop, cafe, something. And you have all these little nooks where you can go. You cannot go anywhere there, but you can go here potentially. There's also no way to swim anywhere here, which is a shame. Because I imagined with island living that you could swim in more places. And all of this is completely fake. And this is my favorite part of the town is there. And this reminds me of things we could do in Sims 3, and I remember I would look for something like that back in the day. Let's travel to another location. So next up, we're gonna travel here, which is just a museum on its own island. It gives me this vibe from island living where you have your own island, like there's a lot on an island. And potentially I'm thinking if I'm able to get rid of this museum and this island is cute, I could live there, you know? And this is called Dead Grass Isle. Once the site of a mysterious shipwreck, Dead Grass Isle is now home to the world-famous Brindleton Light and the city's largest population of indigenous strays. Lately, however, there have been some rumors about strange visitors after shutdown. I think they're talking about ghost animals. There's basically this thing where you go to like pet graveyard and the game will generate the ghosts that you can adopt basically. And then there's like an ambrosia for pets here that you can revive the pets from. I should be, but I'm not interested at all in the storyline. Okay, so this is the island. And all of this island is just for this one museum. It has this fake lighthouse. It's not fake. It is not fake. You can go on top of a lighthouse. I was wrong. Sorry about that. Well, and this is how it looks. It's pretty big. I just wonder if this potentially is an interesting place to live on, you know, as a world. So let's see. We do have fishing spot here. So this is nice. Let's just see what this is all about. Ah, this is the pet cemetery. So that's where you would go, and this will generate ghost pets. I don't know if I would like to live on in the same area where there's like a pet cemetery, you know, but sure. The game will generate them, you can adopt them, you can use ambrosia on them if you're really into it, and revive them and give them a second chance. But I'm more interested in the fact that we have this like lighthouse here, and potentially there are some activities, like there's somebody who came with the dog as well, and I've never seen this dog before. Blue. Cute. Now let's see what the museum is about. I'm pretty sure the museum serves as nothing, and it does. You can see it, you come here for the cemetery and for the comforts. So you have like little kitchen so you can eat, and then you have 3 bathrooms. You have this like studio room, and you have upstairs. Horrible lot. That was really not what I expected. Well, but then we have a dock. And again, we cannot wait, can I swim? No, but if I was a mermaid, why wouldn't I be able to swim in any of that? That's a revamp I want. I want all the worlds to have swimmable water, no matter the temperatures. But wait, it says that I can go here. So I'm just gonna go here. Let's see how this looks like. Travel to the coast. I mean, this is some interesting travel to the docks. Let's travel to the docks. Okay. Okay, this is cute. This is cute, but did he travel alone now? And where are the dogs? I like this part. We should have more of this in the game. Like a taxi car that maybe would bring you here. So we end up in Salty Paul's saloon. Okay. And we are in another area of the town now, which we didn't visit yet. I like more this whole town vibe rather than anything else. So it's hard for me to think about this, but basically that's the docks, and we traveled here from the island, which is probably something, I don't know where the museum island is supposed to be. Right, so we have this little cafe, I guess, slash bar on a dock, and it's a nice location to come to, and it's all inspired by pirates and stuff. This would be very useful for my Ultimate Decades challenge when we arrive to that point, and when I'm able to actually hang paintings in the house. But other than that, it's pretty boring, right? Travel to the lighthouse. Okay, well, this works then. This one boat works. And then here we have a little house. So this could be interesting to live by, because right behind you, even if it's small, right behind your house, you have all of those cool activities, like you have, oh, pet supplies. You can order food and buy pet food, which is just those 2 things. And pet supplies are what? Wow, I got 3 toys there. Okay, not my favorite, but maybe there will be more things. I wonder about ordering food. Popcorn shrimp, lobster roll, seafood chowder. I don't mind this. I like when you end up in a house like this in the city. This could be cute. I like this little area with pirate ship. And look, this is a house as well. And it's a house probably with very beautiful view as well. And I kind of enjoy that. I'm not gonna go through all the houses, okay? I like this. So this is one of the empty lots. It's basically after that on the right here, you can build your big house place from the gallery, let's be honest, and you can look at all those beautiful things. I mean, the views probably are pretty nice from the world in general. It does feel like a city. and I like it. But again, I'm just gonna say that I pretty much like more what I see here. Like, I would like to live in this house in the center, the mountain one, for example, and have like this like stone built in. Just the feeling of it, you know, would be very nice to me. I also think this would be a perfect world. Instead of having your little house here, I would put like a student block, you know, where the students can live together, and add much more activities around in the world as well. Same goes in this little house here. Alright, let's go to manage worlds. So the area we just visited was called Whiskerman's Wharf, a favorite hangout for the bay's feline citizens. Okay, so this is a cat area, who can often be found climbing around down at the docks. Whiskerman's Wharf is also enjoyed by fishermen and tourists alike. And I kind of see it like you play as a fisherman maybe there, and you go to the docks to fish. It would be interesting if we could set up the fish traps from Island Living, for example, and if the fisherman job was somehow located there. Just saying, everything in Sims could be a little bit more connected. That's the like only thing I'm missing in this game, is how disconnected everything feels like. Right, so we only missing last area, and this one is called Cavalier Cove, known for its hiking trails and sprawling coastal properties. Cavalier Cove is the perfect place to go exploring or chase seagulls with an adventurous pup. So it's more about taking dog walks, I would say. It's not even that interesting. I would say that to me, to walk on the shore, maybe have little shopping areas or even a fair happening while I'm with the dog, this would feel more like realistic lifestyle to me. At least in Italy, that's how we live. Like, people literally bring dogs everywhere, and we don't just go for hiking or look for houses where you can hike. Like, you go on Saturday market, which is just like a normal thing here. I know it's not Italy like as a world, but still it just doesn't make much sense to me. So let's go to visit Delgato family. That's where the dog Blue was from. Let's explore this last piece of the world, I guess. And that's what I meant. So for example, there 6 out of 8 spots are taken by 4 Sims and 2 pets. If your dog or a cat would have puppies or kittens, for example, there's a chance that they would have from 1 to 3. So they by default cannot have 3. And by default, Supriya Delgato cannot have triplets, for example, or quadruplets. You know, it's just not gonna happen because all the spaces are taken by pets. And I think since pets have no panel, no nothing, they should really be lifted up, maybe with some other Sims like Servo that serve no purpose except for they're doing their own thing. You know, I don't know. It would make sense to me, but maybe it's wrong thought. Let me know what you think on that. And here we are in their house. That's how you would first meet this family. They're just waiting outside to be finally moved in. And let's quickly see. It's very clean, and it uses a lot of objects from the new pack. I do remember this house because I played here. I don't remember when. So you have a very big area for dogs, for children, for pets. It's very spacious, and I think they couldn't really fill it in. I remember I always would redo this. Like, I really disliked how this whole thing looked like. It's like you live in an expensive house, and that type of table, like coffee table you have, it didn't make sense. And many things don't make sense here, living-wise. It's a family of 4. They have 3 space TV, for example. Like, many things don't make sense. So then here we have a little kitchen. You can also pay attention to different objects that maybe you don't have in the game, like everything. Actually, most of the things used in this build are from this pack. Oh, cute! That's why the house has the shape here. They just really wanted to use this seat. Alright, and upstairs is equally empty. We have kids playroom, which was a very cute idea. Then we have 2 huge bedrooms for children. I think they really didn't know how to fill in the space. There's one, I guess, guest bathroom. There's a master bathroom that also has gym. Like, who would put treadmill in their bedroom. I don't know people like this, but if you are, sorry that I said it, but I just think you wouldn't. And maybe you would put it somewhere here, or instead of this one extra huge bathroom. And then they have an aquarium, they have a cat tree, and someone potentially is doing a lot of music in this house. And then there's a way upstairs, so there's like an attic, and it's completely empty. And that's the house. I think it's my least favorite house in general. It's very ugly. Sorry, whoever made it, sorry. But what I love about this lot is the gates on the entrance. This is pretty cool. So you feel like it's an exclusive house. It just doesn't look like it or feel like it, but it could be, because it's like this with this view. It's just pretty, you know? So let's see the area. So you have like a train passing by, but where are the rest of the lots? There are like 5 lots here. So let's start scooping. Okay. So this is the mansion, which is also gated, and I like it. And you have this whole garden. Yes, you cannot modify any of this, which is but you have all of this area to yourself, and you have your own access to the beach, which again, it is a beach in which you cannot swim, and this bugs me so much. I want to swim here. Like, I don't know how else to specify this information. Then we have this area, so it's like a dock area, completely empty, nothing to do. Oh, but you can travel to Lighthouse from here. So there is something that it serves for. But for example, they should update this, in my opinion. They should use the island living abilities, and they should make it into something like, okay, maybe this is not a beach place, but maybe this is a dock place, and they could really make it interesting for us. And I mean, this is obviously a beach. I don't know why I can't swim in here. And we have this little lake here, which I kind of enjoy. It out of the blue, just there by the rocks, and it's just here on the side of this lot that has no real like road towards it, just like walking, you know, just by walking. Then there's another one sort of on a hill, which is cute, and it has this bench here. Like, is there a way to get up here? Yes, there is. So just to sum up, this is where we are. We have 2 mansions. We have this house here, kind of by this area, by the docks, with the fake beach in which you cannot swim. Then you have 2 passageways to the dock where you can take a boat to the lighthouse, and that's about it. Then we have empty lot here, and honestly speaking, they should have paid somebody to build here, because this is not the easiest area to build a lot at. And then we have another one here, which is quite cute, in the wilderness, and all very dog friendly areas. But the best, of course, are the gated community ones, with their private like access to the beach and stuff. It's just cute in my opinion. So they don't have this, for example, but they have a very nice view, and in general around the house it's pretty beautiful. Too bad the house look like that. So final words before I choose the next pack to install about this pack is, I'm happy we got cats and dogs, but I think it was an afterthought. I sort of am okay with the world. It's not my favorite, honestly. I like a lot of build items, and I like the amount of breeds we get for cats and dogs, and varieties of them, but I don't like many other things. I don't like veterinarian career. I know it's probably was a big sell point for younger children, but it's very difficult to manage a business in Sims. I did a big videos about it, like Get to Work in general, because I think it was the first one where they really put a lot of thought, but something kind of fell apart there. And I think it's similar here, and I don't like that the pets get sick. I also don't like that you cannot buy a pet from a breeder or from shelter. This could be updated for sure. You can just randomly adopt a dog that has a breed or doesn't. And I also remember from back in the day where I would have 2, if you don't have maybe the same breeds, it just gets called mixed breed. I don't like the whole mixed breed thing. I think they should give us an option maybe to call it, for example, my dog is Japanese Spitz. They only have German Spitz in there, and the coat style is only German Spitz, so it doesn't really look like my dog, but it's a little bit different, you know. and I'll show you what I've created. So here is my snowball. It says he's German Spitz. Oh, it says that he's a female. Okay, I'll change that. But he is not a female, and he's a Japanese Spitz instead, and not German Spitz. And I wish I had a way to update it somehow, you know, because he doesn't look precisely like that. I will pop on the screen how my dog looks like. Well, he's right there, but he's sleeping, so I don't want to wake him up. So picture will do. But for example, if I decided like I love my dog and I like Japanese Spitz, therefore I would like to make a couple and name the breed Japanese Spitz. Therefore I would like them to breed and maybe give it to more sims around town, so they would have Japanese Spitz as well. It would just make a lot of sense to me to have this as a possibility. I'm just dropping it out there. Other than that, as always, I'm very not on board that nothing is kind of merges, but this time it does in many ways. It doesn't merge that the world itself is not merging with the other packs like Island Living that I spoke about, the Fisherman Career and some other things, but you can get a pet in any world. The pets don't spawn though everywhere. You constantly go to Brindleton Bay to heal your pet, because your pet does get sick a lot. So, and we're back to the wheel, which will determine which thing pack I install next. I have a lot, all the green ones, I don't know if you can see, but all the green ones are stuff packs. So I'm pretty sure I will get those, and I think I have more or less equally game packs and expansion packs. Anyway, let's roll. Okay, here I go. Oh my god, not a stuff pack again, EP? Okay, I got another expansion pack. I can't have any shield here. I just want stuff packs to install. Okay, so I got Discover University, guys. And that would be my next review. I honestly did not expect for the last videos to constantly be expansion packs, but I guess it's better because it in a way enriches the game. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to click like, subscribe and leave a comment, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye!